Welcome to day 2 of our week 1 workout. Today we're doing a lower body focus. So we're going to start with walking lunges. So I'm going to come over here and go across this way. So we're going to do a lunge, and again, always making sure our core is tight. Take one leg, step it out in front of you, bend at your knee. Again, your knee should not be going over your toe, just like when we do our squats. Your legs should be about parallel with the floor, and then you're going to walk to your next one. I like to keep my hands on my hips. You can put them out at their side, whatever helps you balance the best. If you run into a wall, turn around and go the other way. Exercise is a goblet squat. So for this one, I have a weight that I'm going to hold in my hands. I'm holding this one vertical. My legs are going to be a little bit more than shoulder width apart. I'm going to squat down, making sure your core is tight as you squat. Make sure your knees are not going out over your toes, and get your legs as parallel to the floor as you can, and then breathe out on your way back up. All right, so from the side, I'm going to do the same thing so you can see that my knees are not going over my toes, my legs are parallel to the floor, and I come back up. Our next exercise is a stiff-legged deadlift. I'm going to be using dumbbells to do this. So this one's going to be engaging our hamstring, which is the back of your upper leg, and then your glutes as well. So we're getting that summer booty we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my dumbbells on the ground. I'm going to keep my core tight, bend over to grab them, and then keeping my knees locked straight, just pull them straight back up into my side, lean back over, pull them back up. You should really feel the stretch in the back of your leg on this one. And from the side, you can see I'm bending all the way over, keeping my legs locked out, pulling them back up. I'm going to show you guys the resistance band alternative way to do these deadlifts. So I'm standing on my band right now. I have just a little bit of the band on each side. Most of it's going to be here in the middle because we're trying to create as much resistance as we can with this one. So again, we're going to be bending at our waist, arms in front of us, keeping your legs locked out. You're going to pull back up, trying to use just your hamstring and your glutes to pull you back up. Squeeze a little bit at the top. All right, so make sure also with these, since it's adding extra resistance on the way down, that you're going nice and slow, and don't let it just pull you back down. Nice and slow up, nice and slow down. From the side with the resistance bands, we bend at the hips, and then pull straight up, keeping your legs locked out. Our next exercise is a squat kickback. We're going to engage our quads a little bit as well as our glutes with our kickback. So you're doing just like a normal squat where we go down, our knees are not going over our toes, our core is staying tight. We go down parallel to the floor, but this time when we come up, your leg is going to kick back. And we're going to do each side counts as one. So what this looks like from the side, I'm standing up tall, my core is locked out. I'm going to bend and then kick back on my way up. Alternating sides as you go. We're going to do a step up. I have a step in front of me. If you don't have one of these or any kind of stool, you could use a chair to step up onto, or if you need something a little bit shorter, just use some stairs. So what I'm going to do is stand facing it. I'm going to put one foot up. I'm going to keep my core tight as I use my quad in this leg to push up. I drag my leg up. But if you're having trouble doing that, you can just keep it back behind you. I'm going to do all the reps on one leg before I switch to the other side. For this next one, we're just going to do some old school jumping jacks to get our heart rate back up. So keeping my core tight, I start with my arms down by my side, my feet together. As I jump out, I bring my arms up, and then everything back in. Our next exercise, we're going to be focusing on our glutes. So I have my mat. We're going to be down on our hands and knees for this one. We are doing rainbow toe taps. So I start on my hands and knees. I'm gonna have my shoulders right over my hands. My knees are gonna be spread out about hip width apart. I'm gonna take one leg and put it back, and I'm gonna tap one side. I'm gonna reach it up and rainbow around, and then tap the ground on the other side. Come back and just same rainbow. Make sure this whole time you're keeping your core nice and tight. Switching legs once you're done with all those reps. This next one, we're gonna be back on our hands and knees again, focusing on the side of our glute this time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lift up one leg like this, so it's parallel to the floor, keeping your core tight, and then back down. Up, and then back down. Switching sides when you're done with your reps. Then our last exercise is gonna be for your abs. We're gonna do a plank. So for this one, we're gonna be in a push-up position, except down on our elbows and forearms. This time, we're keeping our core nice and tight. And you're just gonna hold this one for 30 seconds. Try not to keep your butt too far up in the air, but also try not to dip it down. You're gonna try and stay nice and even, parallel to the ground. If you can't hold it for 30 seconds, go until failure, and then do your second set after that.